They say that there are worlds that exist because of the giant ball of fire in the sky and liquid that falls to earth in little droplets. Ridiculous! Here on Symphonia, we are sustained by our harmony, melody, and beat. Music is our lifeblood. It's in everything. Most fools think that the music is naturally occurring, that it will always be there. But I, Clef, know differently. You see, I've come to believe the fairy stories my ma told me as a symphonial blood. Stories of three ancient ethereal beings known as the bodies, who slumber in an eternal sleep and dream music into our world. I was there, I tell you. I was there when they woke up.
After 1,000 years of slumber, I am free! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Beatbuddy. Okay, if you haven't heard of this game, and I hadn't heard of this game at all until, I saw it at PAX. And, you know, I saw it and I thought, wow, that is a fantastic looking and fantastic sounding game. Oh, what is this? It's big, it's shiny, it's expensive. Ah, he's taking things from the temple. Anyway, our little player character here is Beat. Oh, basic instruction on the game. These are beat points, you want to collect them, because there are lots of them. Beatbuddy is an action-adventure game where you play Beat here. The happy little, I don't know, element of Beat within the world. Yeah, you can see there he goes. He's got his little headphones on, he's adorable. I saw this game at PAX, and I looked at it just a little bit, and I listened to the music, and I immediately fell in love with the game. I just decided that I had to look at it at some point, and this was only reinforced when I actually played the first 1 or 2 stages of the game. During the free play time, because I figured, you know what, I'll take a break from Dota or League of Legends and all that, I'll just play some of this. So this is a bass drum. Bass drums provide the backing beat to whatever's going on. And if you throw yourself into one, you just get to fly upwards as fast as you need. Oh god, I was talking to the beat, fuck! This is the kind of shit it does to me. Okay, so, these are snare streams. So if you move in the random direction, you press the spacebar, you'll fly in that direction. And you want to fly through snare streams when they're blue, so there is definitely an element of timing to the game. You just want to throw yourself through the stream whenever it times out, so if you can keep the beat. Oh, like I just failed to do. You'll be able to get through a lot easier. 2, yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, yeah. Oh my god, I love this game. And it only gets better from here, because this is just the intro stage. We're just getting introduced to the basic mechanics of the game. But what happens when we start to mix things, right? Well, that's just going to get a bit more complex. You can punch, in this case with the V key. These little rocks on the side are just basically health containers. If you ever find yourself in a bit of trouble, just go ahead and grab one of these, and what's that sound now? It's a snare drum. Played by the ever-faithful hi-hat, or it's a hi-hat, not a snare drum, played by the hi-hat crab. If you punch a hi-hat crab, they will temporarily stop their playing, and these spiky snails that are pretty much insta-death will stop playing briefly. So, it's really a sort of timing thing. you have to temporarily deactivate the snare. Oh, meanwhile, you can also press space for faster movement if, say, you're being chased by a giant rock down a large tunnel. And this is a lot of what... Oh, no. Okay, good. I made it through. And this is a lot of what Beatbuddy is. It's just a lot of environmental tools to explore your environment and find out what you need to do, when you need to do it. So here, you can see that if I stop one of the hi-hat crabs even, it stops all of them. Oh, and you got the little clapping noise there. But as you might notice, it's going to be a bit too difficult for me to get through this right area in one movement. So what I need to do is I need to crash into here using the force of that bass drum, disable the hi-hat crab from this side, and then use my faster movement to go through here. Then I can just crash my way through, and instead of just swimming over there, I can use this bass drum to kind of knock myself over there. These bass drums knock me back through. There we go. You can hold F to pick up snare pieces. And you may be thinking like, oh, look at this poor little thing. It's not really doing anything, is it? No, it's just crashing there. But if you let a snare key go in a snare gate, the snare will start up and it will unlock whatever it's touching. You can also disable snare gates by taking their keys back and using them elsewhere. But generally, from what I've encountered thus far, I haven't had to do it too much. Maybe once or twice. By the way, have I mentioned that this game looks beautiful? Welcome to the mine, level 1. Well, let's get going. Oh, but first, let's grab a couple of beat points here, shall we? Oh, what is this? It's a path. Is this the way we're supposed to go, maybe? No! It's a relic. Relics get a lot of beat points, but they're kind of hidden away, or they require a little bit of doing to get to. So it's usually worth it to try to look for them. And as you can see here, beat points are generally scattered throughout the level in lots of little niche kind of locations. I'm not going to be trying to get all of the beat points, but I'm going to collect them where, I see them, simply because, when you see collectibles, you collect them. Anyway, now we start to get into more music than just the very basic as we go into the mines, which have a very kind of eerie theme going on with these chimes in the background. Bells? There's something to that effect. Alright, time for a bass switch. This is a bass mirror. If you hit a bass mirror, or it's not a bass switch, it's a bass mirror. If you hit a bass mirror by going off of one of the bass, I don't know what you'd call it. We just learned the name a little while ago, but for some reason I cannot recall it. I'll just call them bass drums. If you hit a bass drum and go off into one of the bass reflectors, it will immediately send you off in a different direction. That is in the direction that the actual bass mirror is pointing. No matter which direction you came at it from, it'll always go in whatever direction the bass mirror was pointing. So that can actually be fairly helpful for keeping that momentum over long periods, since it will also sort of reinvigorate the momentum that you have. There we go. Oh, and we got some background beats due to those, I don't know what they are. They look like singing washers to me. But we get the 1 and 2. 1. Oh god. And what I love most about this game, well, since we're just on episode 1 and I'm going to be just kind of swimming through here with some pretty easy times ahead of me. What I love most about this game and how it plays thus far is the fact that all of the music is as it's supposed to be. The deflector. Okay. All of it is very organic, all of it's very natural, and it all just grows and fades as you encounter the pieces that make it in the environment. So even though you may be hearing the same music over and over, it's always a little bit different, and you can always affect it in just one way, shape, or form. And that's what makes it so dynamic and so impressive. And even your problem-solving tools are just making the music work. Like in this case, that snare isn't working, so we have to go grab that snare key. There we go, just drop it off here. And you must... Oh yes. the full music begins. There we go. Managed to make it past those couple of snare crabs. Get down here to a relic. Yeah. Now I can't swim out through there, so I'm going to have to hit this hi-hat crab right over here. Oh, and this one over here. And then make my way back up before the end. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I gotta say though, for as wonderful as the natural music is, it pales in comparison to something we'll encounter later, but it is just absolutely wonderful. And each piece, for each level, and there are 6 levels from what I'm led to believe, is different, is unique, and is unbelievably fun. There we go, so we need to get down to the bottom to get that snare key out from here. So what I'll do is I'll really quickly beat him up. Oh, beat him up. I didn't even notice that pun. Oh, have to be careful. If you miss the hit on one of those hi-hat crabs in time, you're gonna have a difficult time trying to get back out before they start hitting you again. So let's take this snare key, shall we? There we go. Here we go. The fun times begin. Oh. We meet the policemen. The policemen are 2 guys that we'll be encountering from time to time. They're kind of bumbling, they're kind of incompetent, but we love them anyway. Alright, but hey, we're gonna grab the bubble buggy. And by that, I mean we're going to, you know, commit GTA underwater. Get ready for the music, man. The full music begins. The bubble buggy is a bit interesting since it actually moves with the beat. You can't control when it moves, but the bubble buggy has 2 pretty notable things about it. 1, it moves every time the beat moves, so every beat it'll move a little bit more. 2, if you press the spacebar on the other beat, yeah, the second beat as it's saying, you'll get an extra speed boost that'll allow you to crash through pretty much anything. And if you're having a little trouble with the second beat, at the very beginning, they have these helpful little tick-looking things on the right to tell you exactly when to move. Oh my god, but the music... Oh, I got hurt a bit. Looks like that wasn't exactly the best thing ever, but... I cannot even describe how much fun this thing is to drive. Oh, I'm just wondering how in the world the guys who made this game thought up a game like this. What if we had a game completely based around music? How did I stop this thing before? I just ran into this crab a moment ago. There we go, got him. Yeah, so naturally, if you drive a car into a crab, it's going to retreat for a little while. You can quote me on that too. I just don't want to see any of you driving actual cars into actual crabs, because that would not be as good a thing to quote me on there. There we go, a little bit hurt, that's fine. Oh, Beatbuddy is having a bit of trouble against this current. Or the bubble buggy, sorry. I call it the Beatbuddy. It really is. It's got beat inside of it, therefore Beatbuddy. Oh! And remember the guy narrating the intro, Clef? Well, he's right here. And he's a bit trigger happy. Oh. And we're just outside of the bubble buggy for now. Oh, but Clef knows who we are. Just, he doesn't have the actual ability to help us out getting out of here. So right now, we gotta figure out a way to help Clef get us through this entire nasty place. We can't tilt this reflector quite far enough to be able to get us up top there, since you do need to be able to reflect off of some bass drum somewhere to be able to start. But we can get over into the side here where we find a couple other bass drums ready to fling us into a brand new area.